The Naruto-verse is for the flexes, especially ones that feel too personal. Today we're talking about the moments where Naruto characters flex too hard.
Yosh! これで楽に動けるぞいや!
少しくらいの重りを外したところでガーラの砂についていけるわけが。
Imagine stepping into a race thinking you're about to dust your opponent, only for them to casually drop their weights, and it creates a crater in the ground. That's exactly what happened when Rock Lee took off his weights during his fight against Gaara. Up until that moment, Lee was already impressive. Fast, skilled, and throwing hands like he had a personal vendetta against gravity. But then Guy gave him the go-ahead to remove the training weights, and that's when things got ridiculous. The flex was extremely disrespectful. Everyone expected Lee to just get a little faster. Instead, the weights hit the floor like mini nukes, the whole arena shook, and Gaara looked concerned. I mean, what are those weights made of?
What?何つけてんだよ。火の意志だ。俺たち里を守ろうという強い意志だ。
Unlike Hidan, who relied on brute force and his creepy ritual, Shikamaru played the long game, setting up an elaborate trap. The flex was just glorious. Apart from beating Hidan, Shikamaru actually humiliated him. He outmaneuvered a literal immortal, manipulated him into stepping right where he wanted him to, and sealed his fate with a well-placed explosive tag. But the best part was Shikamaru lighting a cigarette, taking one last puff for Asuma, and casually tossing it onto the detonating tags like he was closing the book on Hidan's whole career.
Nani?この森は火の国でも特別な場所でな。俺たち一族だけが立ち入ることを許されてる。俺たち一族がずっとお前を見張っておく。チェゲルチュー
Sasuke, fresh off his I'm Him tour after taking down Itachi, was feeling really confident until B decided to drop the sickest rap battle and beatdown at the same time. I just love how B knows the advantages of the Sharingan, and instead of trying to plan around it, he straight up overwhelms it with sheer speed, unpredictability, and skill. Don't forget the fact that B decided at one point in the fight that it was more important to write down a rhyme than continue attacking Sasuke. This is one of the few times Kishimoto let us see his precious Sasuke being humiliated.
ウチアの悪に疲れた小僧がここでわしが扉だ。
貫禄半端ねえ。
Next up, we have Tobirama and his ultimate flex, the time when he lifted his finger and scared the shit out of Sasuke and others. With one single finger, let me repeat myself here, okay? One finger, he released enough killing intent to make Sasuke's whole squad break out in a cold sweat. I was sweating looking at it too. Orochimaru has survived more death scenarios than should be legally possible, and was like, yeah, let's not make this guy mad. Even Hashirama, the literal god of shinobi, the same guy who fought Madara like it was a friendly spar, had to step in and be like, alright, let's calm down now. And that's the flex. Tobirama didn't need a flashy jutsu, a long-winded speech, or a crazy transformation. He just moved his finger slightly and made some of the strongest ninjas alive realize they weren't built for that kind of smoke. Sasuke was really flexing his Sharingan. Like, congrats bro, you brought a flashlight to a solar flare convention.
指を下ろせ。わかった。そうチャクラを荒立てるな、兄じゃ。
いやすまんすまん。
シーンの見た通り おかげはやはり逃げたようだな。
ああ、サスケのせいでな。
Let's talk about the time Obito dodged the fastest punch in the world like it was nothing. The fourth Raikage was not the one to be underestimated. His speed wasn't the only thing special about him. He had the kind of power that even Minato had to take him more seriously. And yet, Obito just walked through it like it was a light breeze. The real flex is the psychological damage. The Raikage is a prideful warrior, a man who built his entire reputation on overwhelming people with speed and strength. In one move, Obito rendered that completely useless. He didn't counter it, didn't block it, he straight up ignored it. That's worse than getting beaten, you know. That's disrespect on a fundamental level, like telling someone their greatest strength is irrelevant.
お前たちに勝ち目はないぞ。第4次任界大戦、ここに宣戦を布告する。
第4次任界大戦じゃと。正気か。
今度は戦場で会おう。
ここで火影として決着をつける。
だがお前などに用はない。あるのは
俺だろ。
We have a Naruto flex next, and I gotta say, Naruto had guts for this one. Tsunade was facing down pain, completely out of chakra, and at the mercy of the same guy who just nuked the entire Hidden Leaf village into a crater. She'd done everything she could and used all her strength to protect as many people as possible, but in the end, she was completely drained. And the Akatsuki members, they weren't about to let go. That's when Naruto pulled up like a damn superhero. I absolutely loved how Naruto flexed on those who body bagged the entire village. Tsunade had spent her entire life protecting Konoha, but this was the moment someone finally protected her. And who was it? Naruto. The same kid she once saw as a reckless brat had now become the village's strongest protector.
そんなバカな。水遁大爆風の術。術をかけようとしたこの俺の方が。
Kakashi's flex against Zabuza is one of the best flexes that made us all fall in love with the Naruto series. He became his opponent in real time. Zabuza had no idea what kind of a ninja he was fighting against. That was his biggest mistake. The moment Kakashi activated his Sharingan, the fight turned into a one-man talent show. At that moment, Zabuza realized that he was fighting a perfect copy of himself. And that's when reality hit. The Demon of the Mist was getting outplayed at his own game. A feared assassin, completely dismantled by a shinobi who made copying techniques look effortless. And to top it all off, Kakashi wasn't even breaking a sweat. It was just another day in the office for the copy ninja. This was one of the coldest flexes in Naruto history. Kakashi turned the battle into a masterclass, showing why the name Copy Ninja Kakashi was feared across nations.
なぜだ。お前には未来が見えるのか。ああ。お前は死ぬ。
Enjoying the flexes so far? Your favorite flex hasn't shown up yet? Well, don't worry, we've got more entries. Until then, I'd truly appreciate it if you could give this video a like and subscribe to this channel. And you might as well turn on the notification bell icon while you're there. Thanks.
自爆転生。
Let's talk about one of Sasuke's wildest flexes, his Chibaku Tensei. Planetary devastation is like a piece of cake for Sasuke. Imagine getting the ability to drop literal moons on people. Yeah, that's how crazy it was. Jibaku Tensei is already broken, but Sasuke? He took it to another level. Instead of sealing just one person, Sasuke trapped all the tailed beasts simultaneously. That's right, 9 of these giant chakra-filled kaiju got sucked into massive meteor prisons and they couldn't do anything about it. And the best part, he did this right after Naruto thought everything was cool between them. We finally ended the war. Let's all be friends. And Sasuke hits him with, nah, I'm trapping your giant fox buddy in space. Sasuke's Jibaku Tensei was straight up disrespectful. But you gotta admit, it was one hell of a power move.
いや兄弟喧嘩はここで終わりにするってばよ
Let's talk about the time Sasuke straight up saved Konoha by casually slicing a meteor in half like it was nothing. It's one of those times where Sasuke reminds everyone that even though he's chill and brooding now, he's still built differently. Konoha is minding its business when, out of nowhere, a giant flaming meteor comes crashing down from the sky, threatening to wipe out everything. Sasuke appeared out of nowhere, saved the village, subtly disrespected Kakashi, and then left. Imagine seeing your student whom you haven't seen in years using the technique you taught him to destroy a meteor right in front of you, saving the town you're standing on. Sasuke is the kind of guy who makes god-tier feats look effortless, and this meteor scene is a perfect example of why he's still one of the most ridiculously overpowered shinobi.
お前は
あいつがいないなら里を守るのは俺しかいない。今の俺のこの目に見えているのはイタチ、あんたの死に様だ。
Itachi versus Sasuke has to be one of the coldest sibling rivalries. The fight between them was the fight. Sasuke finally tracks down Itachi, the dude who's been living rent-free in his head since childhood. For years, Sasuke's been training, plotting, and waiting for the moment he could finally get revenge. It's finally time to throw hands now. The fight kicks off, and oh boy, it doesn't disappoint. We're talking high-level Sharingan mind games, genjutsu so crazy that they're literally fighting inside illusions while standing still in real life. Like, imagine 2 guys staring at each other while an entire Dragon Ball Z-level battle happens in their heads. That's how wild it was. Sasuke legit thought he was winning at first, but Itachi was just built different. Sasuke accepting defeat before the reveal is fantastic. You can see the fear in his eyes and movements up until he's backed into a wall. He was terrified. Sure, Sasuke won in the end, but that's because Itachi let him win. He's an absolute beast.
強くなったな。世界に痛みを。神羅転生。
Remember the time Pain nuked Konoha? Let's talk about it. Pain shows up at the Leaf Village like he owns it and can do anything with it. The man wasn't here to play around. He was on a mission to teach the world about pain, and Konoha was about to get a first-hand experience of it. At first, the village tries to fight back, and we get some fire moments. Konohamaru actually pulling off a Rasengan, proud sensei moment for Naruto, and Tsunade standing her ground. But one by one, Pain's bodies are just tearing through everyone. Shinra Tensei here, chakra rods there. This man was folding shinobi like laundry. And then it happens. Pain floats into the sky, stretches out his arms, and just says one phrase: Almighty push. And Konoha, gone. The moment was legendary. The stakes had never been higher, and it set the stage for Naruto's most iconic entrance in the whole series. But before that could happen, Konoha had to learn the hard way. Pain truly meant business.
おとなしく捕まれ。 お前の死が平和へつながる。
Chill. Madara's perfect Susanoo had to be the biggest flex in Naruto. Kishimoto was right when he said he made a character so powerful he didn't know how to kill him. Madara Susanoo was literally a walking war cry. The moment Madara revealed it, everyone knew it was about to go down. And let's talk about the absolute flex. Madara was already wreaking havoc without his eyes. This dude was out here using Susanoo blind. He literally said, I don't need vision to wreck you all, and then proceeded to body entire armies anyway. At that point, it wasn't even a battle, it was just Madara showing off. That wasn't even his final Susanoo. When he got serious and pulled out the perfect Susanoo, it was over. He looked down at the Kage and said, this is true despair. Madara Susanoo was the ultimate cheat code, and it cemented his status as one of the most broken characters in anime history.
でもお前らにとっては帰ってよかったと言えるかもしれない。なぜなら。
That's a wrap for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up before you go.